Thanks for watching Hello Baltimore County. I'm Ellen Kobler. Quitting smoking is quite possibly the single best action you can take to improve your health. It's not easy, but you can do it. Here to offer some real-world help is Dan Young with the Baltimore County Health Department. Thank you so much for joining us.
Nice to be here, Ellen.
So each new year and throughout the year, smokers vow to quit, and many people have tried before, and they're really saying this time it's going to work. Why is quitting so important, first of all?
Well, for the most part, quitting smoking is a health issue. It's a financial issue also.
True.
But for the most part, it's a health issue. So, we certainly know that there's plenty of risks in smoking, from heart disease, lung disease, various cancers, and other issues. So we encourage people to, think about what are the benefits of quitting? How can quitting smoking help me? What is my quality of life going to be if I quit smoking? I was with a group of county employees yesterday who quit 2 weeks ago, and every person said just in the 2 weeks they had more energy.
Really?
They
in 2 weeks?
Better. They were breathing better, coughing less. A girl was saying she had prime rib the other night, and it actually tasted like prime rib.
She tasted more. Wow.
I said, well, consider your lungs are clearing out within a few days of quitting smoking. That's why people can breathe better. They may start coughing more, but that's a good thing.
But getting some nasties out.
Absolutely. All those tars are coming out, and that starts within a couple of days. But also, the nasal passages, the mouth clear out. So you can smell things better, food tastes better, and again, you have more energy, you have less carbon monoxide, so now you have more oxygen, and you can walk better, more energy. So, the body does a great job of healing itself, and that's what I encourage people is look at the positives of quitting smoking. It's not just about the cancers and the bad things, but what good things can I expect once I stop using cigarettes and cigars and smokeless tobacco? And the list is very long on how you're going to improve your quality of life and, hopefully avoid losing a leg because of poor circulation.
Losing a leg, people don't think about that.
Yeah,
Wow.
the components in tobacco smoke, there's so many that damage the arteries in our body. That's why we see so many heart attacks, strokes, peripheral vascular disease in our legs, particularly in diabetics. But those are real concerns. And if we can quit smoking, we can lower the risk of losing a leg. We can lower the risk of having to undergo chemo and radiation and surgery associated with various cancers.
Various cancers. People realize lung cancer, that's very well known.
It doesn't end at lung cancer.
But there's other cancers too, right?
Colorectal and liver cancer are not added, unfortunately, to that list of cancers caused by smoking, along with bladder cancer, stomach cancer, cervical cancer in women. So, and again, it's not just the cancers, it's the heart disease. Diabetes is now linked to smoking, even tuberculosis. We're seeing higher rates of tuberculosis in smokers. So, the list just unfortunately keeps growing. 50 years ago, the Surgeon General's report linked smoking to lung cancer, and that was it. Now we have about 10 different cancers, unfortunately, and probably 20 to 30 different health conditions caused by smoking. So, again, look at the positive things about quitting smoking, not only saving money, but improving your immediate benefits.
Yeah, that's
more
neat.
Energy.
That's neat to hear about the immediate benefits. Right. So only good things come from quitting smoking.
Absolutely.
Many people who smoke want to quit. Maybe they've tried multiple times. They find it very difficult. Why is it so hard to quit?
Two things mainly. First and foremost, this is a very powerful drug addiction caused by nicotine in the tobacco. And when you consider that little cigarette, that's about 10 doses of nicotine. And if a person smokes 15 cigarettes a day. That's 150 doses of nicotine going to the brain within 7 to 10 seconds every inhalation. So it's a quick fix. Nicotine is a quick fix when you inhale on that cigarette 150, 200 times a day, depending on how many cigarettes you smoke. So you've got that drug addiction on the brain, releasing dopamine that says that cigarette is good. The cigarette is good in the morning. That cigarette is good with that cup of coffee after meals, because that dopamine says it's rewarding and pleasurable. So all throughout the day we're smoking, and we think pleasure, reward caused by that dopamine release caused by cigarette smoking and the nicotine addiction. Then you do that for 10, 20, 30, 40 years. You've developed a really powerful habit. So it's not just a dirty habit, it's a drug addiction that we tie in every day, many times a day.
All right, so what advice do you have for people who want to quit?
First and foremost, make that decision based on why you want to quit, okay? It all starts with motivation, desire to quit, whether it's to avoid a health problem, to save money. Develop a plan. What am I going to do instead of smoking? Okay, because again, it's that habit throughout the day, year in, year out, and you're used to that. So coming up with a plan, what am I going to do instead of smoking, is very powerful, very important. Also using nicotine replacement therapy. Again, it's a drug addiction, just like heroin and cocaine. So we have to use something to replace that nicotine from the cigarette, that quick fix, put a slower fix to the brain to keep it kind of happy, so we're not constantly going through withdrawal and having those cravings. These things will help replace that nicotine and make life more manageable.
So you brought some show and tell. What do we have? A patch and
So we have the
lozenges?
nicotine patch, nicotine gum, nicotine lozenge, and a medication called Chantix that does require, the Chantix requires a prescription. We provide all 4 of these in our programs and services through the county at no cost.
Baltimore County Health Department.
Absolutely. So
At no cost to county residents?
No cost.
Wow, that's significant.
So Baltimore County, invests a lot of resources to help keep residents, students, employees of the county healthy, so they don't die 10 years earlier like most smokers do.
Wow, so let's say that again. Baltimore County Health Department can provide county residents with resources like these at no charge.
No cost. So,
regardless of income or your situation.
That doesn't even enter into it. So if you're enrolled in one of our classes or services or programs, free of charge, whatever you want. And we'll give it to you for about 6 weeks, because it's a powerful addiction, and it doesn't just go away overnight. So we need about 6 weeks worth.
That sounds good. So thank you very much for coming and sharing this very important information.
Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you for watching Hello Baltimore County. You can find out more about the county's help quitting tobacco on the county website, and be sure to stay connected with county government on all of our social media platforms.